Leviticus 3. The Fellowship Offering. The fellowship offering, also called the peace offering, was a joyful celebration of communion with God. Unlike the burnt offering, total surrender, or the sin offering, atonement, the fellowship offering was shared. Part burned on the altar, part given to the priests, and part eaten by the worshiper and their family in a sacred meal before the Lord. It celebrated peace with God, thanksgiving, and fellowship. If your offering is a fellowship offering and you offer an animal from the herd, whether male or female, you are to present before the Lord an animal without defect. You are to lay your hand on the head of your offering and slaughter it at the entrance to the tent of meeting. Then Aaron's sons the priests shall splash the blood against the sides of the altar. From the fellowship offering you are to bring a food offering to the Lord, the internal organs and all the fat that is connected to them, both kidneys with the fat on them near the loins, and the long lobe of the liver, which you will remove with the kidneys. Then Aaron's sons are to burn it on the altar on top of the burnt offering that is lying on the burning wood. It is a food offering, an aroma pleasing to the Lord. If you offer an animal from the flock as a fellowship offering to the Lord, you are to offer a male or female without defect. If you offer a lamb, you are to present it before the Lord, lay your hand on its head, and slaughter it in front of the tent of meeting. Then Aaron's sons shall splash its blood against the sides of the altar. From the fellowship offering you are to bring a food offering to the Lord, its fat. The entire fat tail cut off close to the backbone, the internal organs and all the fat that is connected to them, both kidneys with the fat on them near the loins, and the long lobe of the liver, which you will remove with the kidneys. The priest shall burn them on the altar as a food offering presented to the Lord. If your offering is a goat, you are to present it before the Lord, lay your hand on its head and slaughter it in front of the tent of meeting. Then Aaron's sons shall splash its blood against the sides of the altar. From what you offer you are to present this food offering to the Lord, the internal organs and all the fat that is connected to them, both kidneys with the fat on them near the loins and the long lobe of the liver, which you will remove with the kidneys. The priest shall burn them on the altar as a food offering, a pleasing aroma. All the fat is the Lord's. This is a lasting ordinance for the generations to come. Wherever you live, you must not eat any fat or any blood. Lessons and teachings. 1. Peace with God requires sacrifice. From the fellowship offering they are to bring a food offering to the Lord, the fat covering the internal organs. 3. The fellowship offering celebrates peace with God, but it still requires sacrifice. Blood is shed. Fat is burned. Something dies. We often think peace with God means no problem, but biblical peace is based on atonement. Peace costs something. It cost the animal's life. Ultimately, it cost Jesus his life. For us, you can't have peace with God without the cross. Fellowship is free, but it wasn't cheap. Celebrate your peace, but never forget what it cost. 2. God gets the best part. The fat, all the fat is the Lord's. 3:16 Ancient culture. Fat was considered the best part. Rich, choice, desirable. And God said, all the fat is mine, not the leftovers, not the scraps. The worshiper brought the animal, but God specifically claimed the choicest portions for himself, not because he needs fat, but because he deserves the best. For us, do you give God your best time, your best energy, your best resources? Or does he get what is left after you've taken the choice portions for yourself? 3. Fellowship with God leads to fellowship with others. The one who offers the sacrifice is to eat part of it. It is a most holy part. Implied in instructions about sharing the fellowship offering was unique. The worshiper ate part of the sacrifice. They shared a meal with family, with friends, with the priests, even with the poor. Worship wasn't isolated, it was communal. Peace with God creates a community of peace. You can't be right with God and disconnected from his people. For us, is your worship connecting you to others or isolating you? Fellowship with God always leads to fellowship with the family of God. 4. Variety in worship, different occasions, same heart context. The fellowship offering could be a thanksgiving offering, a vow offering, or a free will offering. Some came with specific gratitude. Thank you, God, for healing me. Some came to fulfill a promise made in distress. Some came with no reason at all except overflowing love. All were accepted. All were welcome. God doesn't just want your scheduled, obligatory worship. He wants your spontaneous, joyful, free will worship too. For us, don't wait for a special occasion to worship. Worship because he is worthy, anytime, anywhere, any reason. 5. No fellowship without holiness. It is a lasting ordinance for the generations to come. Wherever you live, you must not eat any fat or any blood. 3:17 a.m. Even in the joyful celebration of the fellowship offering, there were boundaries. No fat, God's portion. No blood, life belongs to God. Fellowship doesn't mean anything goes. Peace with God doesn't mean casualness with God. Holiness still matters. Boundaries still exist. For us, you can celebrate God's goodness and respect His holiness. They're not opposites, they're partners. Joyful worship and reverent awe belong together.
The book of Leviticus. Subscribe, like, comment, and hit notification button for more videos, more Bible study, and more Bible knowledge. We got you.